When it comes to saving lives and catching criminals, K-9 cops are the unsung heroes with wagging tails and an unmatched drive to serve. These furry heroes have a single mission: to protect and assist, no matter how intense the situation gets. With their powerful sense of smell, fierce loyalty, and fearless instincts, these four-legged officers have saved countless lives and brought down dangerous criminals that even the best human officers struggled to catch. Whether it's tracking down missing persons, sniffing out contraband, or taking down suspects, K-9 cops are true lifesavers. Here are the top 7 times K-9 cops showed the world what real heroes look like. On a dark night last year, at 2:24 a.m., what began as a routine search for a suspect spiraled into a life-threatening encounter for Dallas Police Department Senior Corporal Scott J. and his K-9 partner, Figor. The police had been hunting for 20-year-old Brian Casillas for nearly 5 hours, suspecting him in the shooting of 2 individuals after a noise dispute over loud music. The victim survived, but Casillas had fled the scene. In the bodycam footage released by police on May 1st, 2023, Jay and Figor found a shoe and a blood trail near the scene, and began tracking the trail through dense trees and finally reached a creek near a bridge. The moment, captured on Jay's body cam, shows Casillas suddenly rolling into view. Instead of surrendering, he fires at Figor first, wounding the K-9 in the chest, then turns his gun on Jay, hitting him in both the chest and leg. The body cam footage captures the terrifying sound of gunfire, though visuals remain blurred. In an act of defense and survival, Jay returned fire, striking Casillas multiple times. Casillas was pronounced dead at the scene, bringing a violent end to the standoff. Bleeding and shaken, Jay could be heard over the police radio, repeatedly screaming, "I'm hit," as he called for assistance.
I'm hit! I'm hit! I'm hit!
It was also apparent that he cared more for his K-9 than for himself, repeatedly shouting that his partner had been struck. The officer's cries for his dog were heart-wrenching.
They put my dog up!
I need to protect him.
Watch my dog, he'll bite you! Put him up!
Both Jay and Figor were rushed to receive emergency care. Jay was treated and released from the hospital shortly after, and Figor, too, recovered after veterinary treatment. The encounter left officers and the community shaken, but relieved that Jay and his loyal partner survived the ordeal, marking the end of a dangerous chase that could have had a much darker outcome. And just when you thought the heroics couldn't get any more daring, our next K-9 takes on an entire high-speed car chase, leaving everyone breathless. On October 16, 2022, Brookhaven police in Atlanta, Georgia, identified a stolen black Dodge Durango at a Chevron gas station. Attempting to contain the situation, officers blocked the vehicle, but the suspect accelerated, swerving in an effort to evade capture. Police pursued and managed to execute a second blockade, which made the stolen vehicle come to an abrupt stop. The suspect then threw open the car door and leapt over the hood of a police car, sprinting at full speed. He darted right, only to find himself locked by another police vehicle, forcing him to switch directions. The man displayed impressive agility, climbing over walls and dodging obstacles as he attempted to outpace the cops. At this point, a K-9 officer was dispatched to assist. The K-9, with unmatched speed and precision, chased down the suspect, tackling him and effectively ending the pursuit. The suspect was then taken into custody and charged with attempting to elude an officer, theft by receiving stolen property, and aggravated assault. While this criminal couldn't outrun the K-9, the next one thought he could hide, until another fearless K-9 sniffed him out and brought him to justice. In the early hours of October 10th, 2023, at around 12:23 a.m., Marion County Sheriff's Office, MCSO deputies, responded to a reported commercial burglary at Black Label Marine on Northwest Blychton Road. Upon arrival, deputies observed 22-year-old Kelly Gomez burglarizing a truck at the scene.
Show me your hands! Now! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! 1031 a foot. Get on the ground!
When Gomez noticed Sergeant Warma, he attempted to flee, and deputies soon discovered that he had already caused significant damage, breaking into one building and 2 pickup trucks, stealing 2 Honda ATVs, and taking a forklift, resulting in an estimated $15,000 in damage. To apprehend Gomez, MCSO deputies set up a perimeter with assistance from Ocala Police Department (OPD) officers. K-9 Deputy Esquivel and his partner, K-9 Jet, joined the search. Jet ultimately located Gomez, who was hiding under a pontoon boat, and swiftly apprehended him. After the K-9 intervention, deputies pulled Gomez from his hiding spot, and Jet was calmed down.
Come down! Come down! Get down now! Come down! All the way out! Get on up. All the way out! All the way out! Put your hands behind your back!
Following the K-9 capture, Gomez was placed under arrest and evaluated by medics before being transported to Marion County Jail. Further investigation revealed that Gomez had caused extensive property damage, burglarized a building and 2 vehicles, and stolen 3 ATVs. In addition to the burglary charges, the Ocala Police Department charged Gomez with 7 additional crimes, including burglary, theft, criminal mischief, and fraud. Before medical personnel arrived, Gomez also admitted to deputies that he was also in possession of drug paraphernalia. But if you think hiding under a boat was desperate, the next suspect attempted to hide behind a dumpster, only to find a K-9 with an unstoppable nose hot on his trail. In Volusia County, Florida, a man wanted for an armed carjacking in South Florida was apprehended with the help of a skilled K-9, according to the Volusia County Sheriff's Office. The incident began when deputies received an alert from a license plate reader indicating that a stolen Land Rover taken in an armed carjacking in North Miami was in Orange City. When a deputy attempted a traffic stop, the vehicle sped off. Video footage from the Sheriff's Office helicopter unit shows the Land Rover running a red light and speeding down Interstate 4 before exiting onto State Road 436 in Seminole County. Deputies eventually found the vehicle abandoned at an apartment complex on Douglas Avenue. Witnesses reported seeing a man in a white tank top and a woman in a black sports bra fleeing the vehicle. K-9 Endo, a German Shepherd awarded a Purple Heart in 2016 for bravery in the line of duty, was brought in to assist.
Sheriff's Office Canine!
Video footage shows Endo leading his handler through a wooded area where he found 2 of the man's sandals before approaching a dumpster. Behind the dumpster, deputies found Jamie Snell and a woman who matched the witness descriptions. Initially, Snell and the woman denied being involved, claiming they were behind the dumpster for private reasons. However, they later admitted their roles, with the woman explaining that Snell had picked her up in the stolen vehicle to take her to a job interview. She said she was reluctant to stay with him because she feared getting arrested. Snell was charged with grand theft auto, fleeing and attempting to elude law enforcement, and resisting an officer without violence. Now, as remarkable as that takedown was, you won't believe what happened next when a K-9 officer set out to rescue a 3-year-old. In DeLand, Florida, a 3-year-old boy's disappearance into the woods behind his home on March 29, 2024, turned into a heartwarming rescue thanks to the swift work of a dedicated K-9 team. That morning, the DeLand Police Department received a report that the young boy had wandered off, and K-9 Midnight, a 3-year-old black Labrador, was immediately called in to assist with the search. Guided by his handler, Corporal Damon Clark, Midnight began tracking the child's scent, which had been picked up from a blanket the boy's mother provided.
I'll be 502 in the background.
Hey Matt, are you on the phone with him? Yeah, can you stay here?
With Midnight leading the way, the team pushed through dense, swampy terrain, determined to find the child quickly before his life got endangered. Corporal Clark later described the urgency Midnight showed. He was dragging me through the woods. He wasn't going to stop. After approximately 45 minutes of searching, Midnight zeroed in on a small, tangled thicket where the missing child was found safe. As soon as Midnight reached him, he began affectionately licking the boy, reassuring him in the most loyal way only a K-9 could. Corporal Clark, who has worked with Midnight since 2022, expressed his own relief, saying, "I was very relieved, and as a parent, I know how I would feel if that was my kid." The young boy was unharmed and was promptly reunited with his anxious family. This marks the 5th successful rescue for Clark and Midnight, who not only track missing persons, but also assist in locating narcotics. And next up is the case of Tarzan from Florida, who was no match for a K-9 cop as well. On April 11th, 2023, in Port Orange, Florida, a traffic stop took an unexpected turn when 33-year-old Jonathan Kaiser sped off, initiating a chase that would become more outrageous with each passing moment. Port Orange police had attempted to pull over Kaiser's silver Nissan Maxima, but instead of stopping, he accelerated, forcing officers to deploy stop sticks to puncture his tires. The chase led to a backyard where Kaiser and his passenger, 31-year-old Caitlin McCartney, quickly abandoned the vehicle. While McCartney was arrested nearby and charged with resisting arrest without violence and possession of paraphernalia, Kaiser took off into a wooded area.
Show me your hands! Show me your hands right now! If you move, you will be bit by the K-9! Do not move!
The nearby Edgewood Police Department's K-9 unit was called in to assist, and officers scoured the area for Kaiser. Hours later, officers spotted him hiding in the branches of a large oak tree, apparently attempting to avoid capture by climbing higher and even moving along branches. Body camera footage captured the unusual sight of Kaiser up in the tree, leading one officer to radio in, "He's literally in a tree right now, trying to climb it like Tarzan."
He's literally in a tree right now trying to climb it like Tarzan.
Despite warnings from officers to come down or face the consequences, Kaiser tried to evade capture in the branches. Officers threatened to release K-9 Draco, telling him, "If you move, you will be bit by the K-9." Eventually, Kaiser lost his grip and dropped to the ground. Even then, he attempted to escape on foot, but Draco and his handler quickly subdued him.
Put your hands out! Get on the ground right now!
Right now.
I got him and you got the dog, Kevin.
Here, get the dog. I got it.
Kaiser was taken into custody and now faces multiple charges, including fleeing and eluding law enforcement, driving with a suspended license, operating an unregistered vehicle, leaving the scene of a crash and resisting without violence. What started as a routine traffic stop turned into a spectacle that officers won't soon forget, a true case of Tarzan coming down to earth, only to end up behind bars. And lastly, we have the case of K-9 Pandora and an old lady that went missing in the woods. This year, in Forsyth, Georgia, a police K-9 named Pandora is receiving well-deserved recognition for her role in the rescue of a missing 73-year-old woman. On June 22nd, 2024, Lena Motes, who has a history of mental health challenges, had wandered into the woods early in the morning. Her daughter reported her missing around 5:30 a.m., and by then, Motes had been lost for nearly 3 hours. With the urgency of the situation, the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office called for additional support, and the Johns Creek Police Department dispatched Pandora and her handler, Sergeant Lemka.
So I'm gonna try my hound. I'm gonna let her hit the scent article and see where she goes. So, I mean, so many people walking around. Got her head up. Get to work.
Body camera footage captured the entire 22-minute search as Pandora, highly trained and focused, worked to locate Motes. After tracking through the woods, Pandora finally led her team to Motes, bringing relief to her family and the officers on the scene. As Pandora approached Motes, Sergeant Lemka praised the dedicated K-9 for her successful find. A quick meet and greet followed, allowing Motes to meet her four-legged hero before being safely escorted back to her family.
This is Pandora. Would you like to pet her?
Yeah. Here, baby. Hi.
Thanks to Pandora's impressive tracking skills, Lena's life was saved.